Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're in a different scenery, right? We're in the kitchen. Today I'm going to make chocolate covered strawberry brownies, okay? I know, that sounds delicious, take it in. And then we're also going to be talking about love triangles, because do you love them or do you hate them, okay? Or are you in between? I feel like most people are one or the other. Anyways, so we're gonna test this out. We're gonna see how it goes. I like baking. I don't do it often enough. So I thought this would be fun to do because it'll get me baking and also talking about books. So this is Bake in a Book. All right, so like I said, we're making chocolate covered strawberries, and the first thing I need to do is I need to make the component. Shout out to my sister for letting me use her phone so that I can look at the recipe, because we're gonna do this. Now the first thing it says I need to do is make a quick strawberry component. So I need to add fresh chopped strawberries and a bit of water to a saucepan and boil the fruit over medium heat, and then from there do what I need to do. Yeah, so I got my strawberries here. Also, I'm gonna leave the recipe. I found it online, just a random Google search. I'll leave the recipe down in the comments because some of the things, well, a few things, I substituted, like I'm using avocado oil instead of, I think it was olive oil. So a few things I'm doing, but anyways, let's see. So I need, and multitasking too. I gotta multitask, talk about the books and cook and bake. I'm ready for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so 1 cup of fresh chopped strawberries. So look at these little, I got these from Home Goods, I think like a year ago. So I gotta chop some strawberries. I forgot the knife. I'll be back. But I gotta go ahead and chop up some strawberries. A cup. All right. Let's go ahead. Do you guys want to see the strawberries chopped up? Come in closer. Come in closer. Let's see. There we go. Can you see further back? You guys need to be further back. There we go. Ooh, a little shake. All right, let's cut it up. Oh, I don't think this was the knife I wanted to grab. That's fine. Don't come at my cutting skills. Okay, we can't all be chefs. Anyways, okay, love triangles. Tell me, gosh, goodness gracious, look at this multitasking. Tell me your guys' thoughts on a love triangle. So just pause and initially let me know your thoughts, okay? I'll give you a second. Perfect. All right, my thoughts is I'm not a fan of love triangles. I mean, if you can do it right, it'll be fine, but I am not a fan of them, no. Because usually in a love triangle, the girl is usually really annoying and always goes for the bad boy, even though he does too much or he's broken her heart or this, that, and the other. So I want to get into specifics. I feel like that'll help kind of, you know, bring this all into perspective. We're going to talk about 3 love triangles that I've read so far that, you know, we're gonna just go ahead and add. So The Summer I've Turned Pretty, if you guys watched that video, if you have not, it's in here somewhere. It's in my video somewhere. But you guys know my thoughts on that if you watched that video. The Summer I Turned Pretty, The Inheritance Game, and The Naturals. Those are the 3 like love triangles that I have read. And I know there's so many more out there. And then you have the obvious like Vampire Diaries, Damon, Elena, and Stefan. And then you have, back to me. Then you have Edward, Jacob type thing. So first of all, let me know, Team Conrad or Jeremiah, Team Grayson or Jameson, or Team, what are the other 2? Dean and Michael. Okay, let me know your thoughts. I'll give you a second to do that. While you guys are writing that down, I'm gonna go ahead and start my little strawberry component, because you need a cup of chopped strawberries and a tablespoon of water. So I shall be back. All right, friends, so this is how it's looking. Just a little strawberry component here. I don't know how it's supposed to look, but we're gonna let it cool. Over to the side. Next, we're gonna make the brownie batter. Oh yay, brownie batter. All right, awesome. Move that off to the side. So, yes, let's see. We gotta have the eggs at room temperature, so they're not quite there yet. It says place them in a warm glass of water for about 10 minutes to bring them to room temperature. So I'm gonna go grab a glass of warm water, and then I'm gonna come back to our little trope here. Okay, now that you've commented what team you're on, let me tell you that, well, first of all, let me turn this off for a minute. But let me tell you that, like, I do not like the whole love triangle thing. And I think I already mentioned it beforehand. I can't remember why, because, you know, they always choose the bad boy or whatever, that they get hurt. But especially when it has to do with brothers, like My Life with the Walter Boys. I've never watched that, and I really don't have a desire to, because I know it'll irritate me. But like, especially when it has to do with brothers. Like, you choose this one brother, you're with them, you like them, okay, fine. You may start off liking both brothers and things, and then once you get to start to know them, you like them both and you're trying to choose. My issue with that mainly is like the brother bouncing. When it's like, I'm dating this one, then we break up for whatever reason, and then I date the other one, and then we break up and I go back to the other one. That bothers me, the brother bouncing. Now, in the inheritance game, they're brothers. So Grayson and Jameson are brothers, but I don't see a lot of the bouncing back and forth between the two as much as I see it in other books. So it's Avery, right? And if you guys don't know the inheritance game, it's a really popular book, but a quick synopsis is just like this girl, Avery, she's poor and things like that. Her mother had passed, her dad is long gone, and she inherits a large sum of money. So she, you know, is in school one day, and the principal tells her to come down, and there's this handsome man in a suit, and he's like, you need to come to Texas with me. And she's like, what? Anyways, so she goes to Texas and finds out that she has this huge, large sum of money that she inherited from a gazillionaire that owns most of Texas. And she's like, I don't understand. I don't know why I would be getting all this money. And so pretty much they're like, we don't know why you're getting this large amount of money either, because you're not part of the family, right? They take a DNA test. I think they take a DNA test, right? And she's not like a sister or anything like that. And so people are just trying to figure out why, you know? But this man, the man that passed, the grandfather of like Grace and Jameson, the other two brothers, Nash and Xavier, I think their names are Alexander, I think. Anyways, the grandfather that passed, he liked games. He liked, you know, playing with his grandsons and giving them puzzles and different things like that to figure out, to make them, you know, extremely smart on figuring out how to crack puzzles. So pretty much he leaves this behind for the grandsons, for his daughters, like for the whole family, pretty much. It's like a huge game, because that's who he is. And so they're using the game to try to figure out where Avery fits into all this, where their inheritance is, and this, that, and the other, because he leaves Avery like everything. Anyways, then there's that like little love aspect between Jameson and Grayson. And like I said, it's not really like brother bouncing. It's just kind of her figuring out who she likes. So she spends time with one, but her main focus is kind of figuring out like what she's doing there, what's her significance. She doesn't stray too much from that, which I appreciate. But the love aspect is kind of like secondary, you know, and it's not particularly a romance book either. So that could be why, because like The Summer I Turned Pretty is a romance book. So, yeah, anyways, let me go ahead and start with the mixing and then we'll come back to what we're talking about. So here's my pan. I don't know if this is 9 inches, but it'll work. We're gonna go ahead, add a little bit of this vegetable oil. I don't know if everybody else does this, because usually you have like the spray, but I'm gonna use that. And then I need a napkin. So I like to use a napkin. And I take that and I just kind of spread it around the pan, kind of make it like non-stick. And then we need parchment paper. So I'm gonna throw this away. And then get some parchment paper, which we have here. And I said to make it a little bit bigger than the actual pan, so that the sides are sticking out, so that you can kind of grab it. Anyways, as I'm cutting, we're gonna move on to The Naturals. Now, The Naturals is by the same author. And the romance is also secondary. It's between Michael and Dean. And, okay, the way I feel about Avery from the Inheritance Game, she's fine. You know, I don't mind her. Cassie, I mean, she's very much so like, I'm different, I'm the only one who feels this way, this, that, and the other, which can be kind of obnoxious, but I mean, it's not super bad to the point where I'm like, oh, I just cannot stand her. It is what it is. But then we get to Belly, and I'm just not fun. I'm sorry, I'm not. But anyways, with The Naturals, so The Naturals is pretty much about, and I've described this book before because I rated it a 5-star. Sorry, give me 1 second. The Natural series. It's about a girl, and she just like kind of has a gift. Her mom kind of taught her some stuff to be prone to details and things like that, and so she just kind of has a gift of being a natural profiler. And so the FBI seek her out to help in this program. They came up with the Naturals program, and there's 3-4 other people involved. Michael, he's like an emotion reader, so he reads people's emotions. And then you have Dean, he's another profiler like Cassie. And then you have Leah, I think her name was. She is like a lie detector, so she can tell when people are lying. And then Sloane, she's like a walking dictionary, so she's super smart and knows every definition about every definition. Oh, and I forgot to say that Cassie's mom disappeared a few years back, and the case kind of went cold. Nobody knows what happened, but Cassie walked into her dressing room and there was blood all over the place. And so when the FBI came to Cassie, she thought this was about her mom, but the FBI was like, no, this is about you. We want you to help with different cold cases. So she ends up saying, okay. Then she goes out to Washington, D.C., and she's living in this house. But then, you know, some creepy things start happening, and somebody's like targeting her. So it was really good. It was really good. But there was, like I said, that romance aspect, and you know, it wasn't the main focus, which was nice, because sometimes when a book isn't a romance book but they add romance, it can be a little much. And you're like, okay, we're not all about romance here. But okay, I need 1/3 cup. Here we go. Of oil. I'm gonna go grab a microwavable bowl. I'll be back. All right, now I'm gonna put the chocolate chips in here, and then I need 1/3 cup of oil. I'm in here. I do wonder if like the shape of these measuring cups, because they're hearts, differ from whatchamacallit. Anyways, okay, let's see. 15 seconds, heat 15 seconds. Okay, so I'm doing 15-second increments. I'm gonna go ahead. 15 seconds, start. Grab a spoon so we can mix. And then I'm gonna preheat the oven 350. And there's gonna be a lot of noise because I have like my fan on, so sorry. I'm gonna try to speak as loud as I can and not speak over the chocolate chips. Anyways, so yeah, as I was saying, first of all, for me, when it comes to the inheritance game, I'm like jumping backwards really quickly. When it comes to the inheritance game, I am definitely for Cassie. I think I'm more of a Jameson girl. I feel like Grayson's really sweet and everything, and I do like Grayson, but I think I would like him better with somebody else. I think Jameson kind of gives Avery what she needs, you know? So that's why I am more of a Jameson girl for Avery. And then when it comes to the Natural series, I'm more of a Michael girl. I don't know. I just don't feel the chemistry between Dean and Cassie. Really, the only thing that is similar, and I've only read the first book. So I've only read the first book, and then I've read 2 books in the Inheritance game. So like maybe my idea might change, but when it comes to Dean, they just have no chemistry. You know what I mean? I just feel like they have in common that they're both profilers, yes, but what else? You know what I mean? And then he has this whole grumpy thing going on where he's mean to her and doesn't like her. But then, you know, he ends up falling in love with her or whatever it may be. But I don't know. I don't see the chemistry between those two, so I'm more of a Michael girl personally. But like I said, I've read the first book, and that is it. So maybe my thought process might change. After reading the other books. So moving on to The Summer I Turned Pretty. For me, I'm not either team because I feel like she really wants to be with Conrad. And no. And then I feel like Jeremiah is too good for her. So no. But if I had to choose, if I really had to choose, I would choose Conrad for her, because it's like fine, you guys can deserve each other because you guys both do a lot, you know. But that's just my opinion, and these are all fictional characters, so like yes, I may be coming a little bit hard, but in the fictional sense, you know what I mean? If this was real life, you do you. I don't have an opinion on, unless you ask me on what you're doing, but since they're fictional characters, I can give my opinion, you know? Anyways, so this chocolate is almost done. And I'll give it another 30 seconds, 15 minutes each, because you're doing a 15-minute increment thing going on here. Anyways, while that is doing that, I'm gonna move on to I'm gonna move on to using these different things here. We're gonna mix our other ingredients. So in a bowl, a stand mixer. I have a stand mixer over here that you can't see. That looks pretty good. I think that looks good. I don't want to burn it, so this is what we're looking like. Ooh, that's amazing. Okay, anyways, let's see. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go off camera really quickly and mix this, and I'll be back because the oven is going, and I need to hurry up. So I'll be back. Now I'm just folding the chocolate into the egg, vanilla extract, or vanilla flavoring I use, and sugar mixture here. Just did a little folding motion. I'm using my home economics class techniques. Did you guys ever take home ec? Do y'all still need to take home ec? Let me know down in the comments. If you're still in middle school, high school, is that still an extracurricular? I mean, I haven't been out of school that long, but I don't know, they changed it a lot. Anyways, I'll be back when the stuff is in the oven. Right, you guys, now I'm gonna add the cocoa powder and the flour and salt. So I'm gonna add this cocoa powder. I got this from the Dominican Republic when I went on a cruise. So it says to use, well, they're using the Dutch processed cocoa powder, but I'm gonna use this one because this is what I got. So yeah, and then flour and stuff. And then, seriously, I'm gonna come back after I put this in the oven. All right, you guys, so I know I said I was gonna come back after, but this is what it's looking like. I haven't put it in the oven, but I'm supposed to put this. I'm supposed to make little wells, so I'm guessing that's when you kind of like do this. I don't know. I should probably look it up to see what that means, but I'm gonna just do what I want to do. And yes, it looks a little thick. I'm not a professional, y'all, so just go after the recipe. Anyways, so it says to do that, and then put this in there, and then you're supposed to kind of mix it in with the okay, supposed to mix it in with the batter or something. I don't know, can you see what I'm doing here? What I'm doing? I don't know, that doesn't sound or look correct, what I'm doing. So when you get to this part, if you do this recipe, I'm just gonna spread it out, is what I'm gonna do. Don't do what I do if you know what you should be doing. And then I promise you, this is the last time you won't see me until these are in the oven. Now we're moving on to do that. Now we gotta make chocolate chips. So a 1/3 cup of chocolate chips and then a teaspoon of oil. Heat those, and then that's for the drizzle. So I'll do that when we get closer to the mark. But anyways, let's go ahead and finish up our little conversation. So I think we're on the Summer I Turned Pretty next. And if you guys watched my little rant video when I was doing my makeup, you just know that I'm not a huge fan of Belly, but like I said, the book was good. It was cute. And for me, she is the one that bounces back and forth between the brothers. And in a sense of like, I'm kissing you 1 minute and I say I want you and I'm dating you, but then I break up with you for whatever reason, whether that's because you did too much or I did too much. Then I hop over to the next brother and I say, I only want you. You're the love of my life, this, that, and the other. And you're kissing on that brother. And then you see the other brothers getting jealous and then you hop back to that brother. It's just, that is what irritates me, is like the hopping. So with the love triangles, that's what gets me, is the hopping back and forth. Like, I understand you're trying to figure out who you want, how you want, you know, yada, yada, yada. But when you do all that bouncing, it's just ridiculous. But also too, on the male's part, it's like, why do you want this girl that wants your brother so bad? And you kind of know deep down that she will really never truly love you and just you, she'll always have feelings for that other one. So that's just my thought process. I don't know. But I really want to know your guys' thoughts. Do you like a love triangle? Because like I said, it has to be good for me to like it. And I really just do not like love triangles. That's not a trope for me. I mean, I'll read a book, I'll watch a movie, but it's just not my favorite thing. And I don't usually watch it for that aspect or read it for that aspect. But yeah, if I had to choose out of the three which one my favorite love triangle type vibe is, I think it would be the Inheritance Game. Like I said, it makes the most sense, and she's not super obsessive over both guys. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, my opinions. But we are here on Valentine's Day. You guys should be watching this on Valentine's Day because I plan on uploading it Friday the 14th. And I want to know your guys' like, also on top of knowing if you like the love triangles, I also want to know what your favorite trope is. For me, it's kind of difficult because there's so many out there, but I think I really do enjoy a good enemies to lovers. Just to kind of like see that relationship grow. It has to be done well, of course, but I really like those. I also like childhood friends to lovers, in a sense of like, you guys grew up together and you guys spent so much time together, but you try to fight the feelings of loving each other, and then finally you guys get together. Now with that one, I do not like if somebody is dating somebody else and they break up for their childhood love interest, because it's like, you could have been with that person before, so it took them being with somebody else to realize that. I'm not a huge fan of that part, but a good childhood friends to lovers is great. I love that. What other tropes do I like? Okay, back in the day I used to really like the whole I'm only nice to you thing, but as I get older I'm like, you know what, I don't really like a mean guy. Like, you're just mean to everybody just because? Why are you so cold to everybody? It's not their fault what goes on in your life, but it's like, you're only nice to this one girl, you know what I mean, or woman or whatever. So used to be a favorite, not too much anymore. I do like the whole I'll do anything for you, in a sense of like, he's not mean or anything, but he's like, I will do whatever I need to do to protect you. I love that. And there's the two tropes. The one that's like, I'll burn down the world to protect you, or I'll protect you from the world burning. I'll protect you if the world's burning, or I'll burn down the world for you. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but I'm pretty sure if you guys like are into like the whole book community and things like that, you might know what I'm talking about if I'm explaining it well enough. But I like those two tropes too, because it's like, the world's on fire and I'm here to protect you. You know what I mean? And then too, it's like, you know, if things happen, then he's coming in hot. You know what I mean? To protect her. So I also do like those. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for those brownies to be done. I am going to start working on the chocolate drizzle here in a minute, and I'll come back, I guess, when I'm ready to drizzle the chocolate. All right, you guys, the brownies are done. I am going to cut them first, and then I am going to add, I'm gonna cut them first, and then I'm gonna add the chocolate drizzle. So this is my piece. I'm actually really nervous. Let's see what it's tasting like. Let me get another bite. So, the flavor is good. The flavor is actually really good. I think I should have left it in the oven for a few more minutes. I'm not mad. On my first try, I'm not mad. Anyways, well, that is it. That is all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I actually had a lot of fun making this video, so I hope to do more in the future. It was just kind of like a chill, ranty, random type video. So, yeah, but I really enjoyed making it. Happy Valentine's Day if you guys celebrate it. If you don't, happy Friday. Anyways, hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.